Hi, this is Bruce with etrailer. Today we're going to be looking at and installing a Curt custom wiring kit on our 2022 Honda HR-V. Now this Curt custom wiring kit is a fairly easy install. It's not hard to do. There's no splicing of any wires. The hardest part you'll have to do is actually run a power wire from the back of the vehicle all the way up to the battery to get your power for the module. Other than that, it's a very easy install. You can let this hang out like this customer is going to do, and it'll close over the hatch. Or you can take this and loop this around the safety chain loop, and you can leave it hang here if you'd like. Or we do carry brackets that you could go up underneath here and mount this to a bracket so it's sitting out all the time. To start off our wiring installation, we need to go ahead and remove 2 screws on the trunk lid. You got one on the passenger side and one on the driver's side. Go ahead and remove those, and we will remove the trunk lid and get it out of the way. And we can just set that aside, and we will be reinstalling it later. If you got any tools underneath your trunk lid there, we do have to go ahead and remove those as well and set those aside, and we will put them back in later. Go ahead and we will have to remove this piece here, the scuff panel, and we're going to lift from the bottom and just pull up. And it's kind of difficult. You'll hear it snap. Just like that. Just keep going. You'll be okay. And we will take that and set that aside as well. Once you get the scuff panel off, we are going to start on the driver's side, and we need to get back behind the panel where the tail light plugs are. We've got to gain access to them, so just go ahead and pull this panel back. And you may need a trim tool, and we do have those here at etrailer. So we're just going to slide this back so we have access to our tail light plugs, which are right here. Now that we've got access to our tail light plugs, we're going to take our wiring kit, and the yellow and brown will go to the driver's side, and our green will go to our passenger side. Go ahead and unplug the tail light on the driver's side, and take our wiring harness, and the small plug will go where we just removed the actual taillight wiring. Wait till it clicks, and then the bigger end will go to our taillights. Once we have our taillights connected on our driver's side, we're going to go ahead and connect our ground. And I don't see another post to ground to, so we are going to go ahead and ground this right to the side panel here. So now we're going to take our box and secure it to the inside panel here with zip tie. It does come with double-sided tape, but I'm not a big fan of the double-sided tape because it doesn't stick half the time. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this through these holes here with a zip tie to hold it in place so it's not rattling around. Now we're going to take our green wire and we're going to run it where the scuff panel was across to our passenger side taillight. Just kind of tucking it underneath this molding here, because our scuff panel will go back on here and then we'll cover it up and it'll be nice and neat and out of the way. We do need for our wiring harness to get a power wire from up front to the battery. So the way I routed this was I came down through the frame from the inside right here. We're routing around this piece to keep away from any moving parts or hot parts. And if you just follow that on down, we get to the underbody panels and you can see right through here. We're just following some of the other wiring. And then we're gonna poke out right here. And then that's gonna go straight up to the engine bay, up where the battery is on the driver's side. Once you have your power wire ran right here, that goes to our positive on our post of our battery, we are going to connect it up to the black wire of our module using a butt connector. We just want to strip that back. Put our butt connector on. All right, we want to pull on those connections to make sure we got a good tight connection, which we do. Now, we're not going to clean all this up yet because we still do got to hook up the power wire. Once we do that, we'll do some testing of the lights, make sure everything's working before we button everything up. So our kit does come with an inline fuse that we've got to use, so we're going to connect that now. We're going to crimp one end with a butt connector that's going to go to our black wire that is running back to our wiring control module. Again, we're going to crimp these real good, make sure they've got a nice tight connection. I like to leave a little bit of a loop here just in case there's any problems. Anybody can disconnect it and have some wire to work with. Now we'll put an eyelet on this end, which is going to connect to our battery post. Now before we do connect this to our battery post, you notice I do not have the fuse in. We will put the fuse in once we have all our connections made, because you could start to put it on there and it more than likely will just pop the fuse. So we're going to take a 12 millimeter, undo our post on the top here. Take our yellow connector. We are going to connect it right to this post, just like that. Then run the nut back down and tighten it up. At this point, we can go ahead and take our fuse and pop it into our fuse holder. Once we have that done, we can go ahead and test our lighting. Now all we need to do is go ahead and test our lighting. So let's turn on the running lights. We got running lights, brake lights, right turn, left turn with brake, right turn with brake. Now that you have everything tested and we know that everything's working, we're going to go ahead and button everything up in the reverse order that we took it apart in. That's a look at our Curt custom wiring kit. I'm Bruce. Thanks for watching.